Hey guys, welcome to the stream here. I want to make sure everything's working. It's going to lag a bit. I'm going to tell you that I'm actually using a different streaming thing. I want to make sure everything's working here. This is kind of a test stream, kind of a regular stream also too. So it's kind of both at the same time here. Basically, this is going to test here, basically the software, because this will lag. I'm going to tell you that it will lag at least a little bit. And I'm hoping it won't lag too much. I'm hoping I can use this streaming thing, but if I can't, I can't. I'm gonna try this. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, I guess. So welcome to stream, everyone. Here, as you can see, I changed some stuff here. This is actually not on OBS because I usually use OBS in my streams here.
Hey guys, welcome to the stream here.
So,
I want to make sure everything's
so I'm gonna make sure everything's working here. So I'm checking my stream here. It's a little laggy. Like I said, it's going to be laggy. I'm going to try to do some stuff that makes it a little less laggy here. So if it doesn't work out, I guess I'll try to stream on OBS in just a few minutes. But I wanted to try this out today. Thought it would be cool here to try something new out here. So hopefully this works well. I know it's very laggy though. So I'm hoping this works. I'm going to wait a few minutes just to check to make sure everything's working here, because it doesn't look like it, but I'm hoping it does. So I'm trying to get it to where it doesn't lag that much here in the stream here. So it'll be a few minutes here. So I know it's very laggy weather watcher. I'm trying to figure out this new software here I'm using. So if it don't work, I'm gonna just have to switch back to OBS. I wanted to try this because it looks better than OBS to me, but if this don't work out, like I said, I'll just be back in a little bit and then just stream on OBS. So I'm wanting to test this out though, just in case. So, but I don't think it's gonna work out here. So yeah, it doesn't look like this is gonna work out. So I guess I'm gonna have to stream probably on OBS, unless if that changes here. And now I'm seeing it's lagging a little less. Hoping that's the case here. Let me know here if it's working. I'm looking on my phone here to make sure. Looks like it's a little better than it was, but let me know in the live chat, please. I really would appreciate it. I'm trying to try out this new software here. So, if it don't work, like I said, I tried to do some stuff to make it work here last night. I did some test streams. So, and if I'm going to try this for today's stream, it looks like stuff's getting a little better. If it continues to go well here, I will just use this for the stream, and then probably test it a lot more today and this weekend. So this is just testing, and we're gonna be talking about some severe weather in a little bit if this works. So I'm gonna move it over here. Hopefully this works. I really hope so. So I spent a lot of time trying to put this together and everything. So hopefully you like the new layout here. So it's gonna lag here. Ooh, oops. Okay, I'm gonna move it over to our slideshow scene here. So really nothing's changed much with the slideshow scene. So I didn't really change much. So I'm gonna wait till my stream catches up for a second, just to make sure everything's working. I know it'll be a minute here, so I'm trying to test it out here, try to test everything out here. I know it's a newer layout here, but I'm wanting to make sure everything's working before I stream here, because there's no point in streaming if it doesn't work. So this is my first time streaming on this software, and I know at least it was very laggy when we started the stream here. I want to make sure this is still working here. It looks like on my screen that things are working better here. So, we may start the stream here. I don't know if it's going to work out well. I really hope so. So we're going to start looking into stuff here in just a second if this continues to look good. But let me know in the live chat if everything looks good. I'm kind of testing out everything here. I know it's very laggy at the start, and that may be something that will just have to happen here because I can't really control it. Really, I tried my best to make it as less laggy as I could. So, okay, what I'm seeing here on my phone here, I'm looking at my phone down below here just to make sure everything's working. I think everything's working, so I think we're going to move on here to the stream here. So we're going to talk about some possibly upcoming severe weather again in today's stream. It may be a little laggy, and it may be sometimes a little laggy at times. It may take a minute for my slideshow to show up just because the software is a lot bigger than, or maybe not too much bigger. I don't know for sure how much bigger, but it's at least somewhat bigger than OBS here. So it's taking up some of my computer here. So let's get in the slideshow here. Okay, so that was actually fast here. It moved on to the agenda. So here's the agenda for today's stream. National Weather Service alerts, tomorrow's forecast, then 3rd and 4th is our severe weather and winter storm forecast, or winter weather forecast actually. And then 5 is far out, and then 6 and 7 is live questions and live radar look, and we have a scene for the live radar look. So hopefully you guys are going to be excited. I'm excited to show you guys it. I'm excited to show you guys what I've done so far. So I plan on probably adding some new stuff here on our stream. So let me know if you like the new setup here. So I know you can't see down here the live radar loop, but that's what it says, live radar look here. So I know it's going to block a little bit of the agenda, unless if you guys want me to take my face off of here. So hopefully everything looks good though, other than that. So let's move on here to our National Weather Service alerts here. So here's our National Weather Service alerts here, and we see there are wind advisories from Minnesota all the way down to Indiana, Illinois, and then comes all the way back up to North Dakota here. We see wind advisories in effect here. Also have some red flag warnings in effect for South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas here. Also see some wind advisories for Georgia, North and South Carolina. And then we see a few winter weather advisories for Maine here and Wisconsin. So let me know if everything looks good in the chat here. I'm going to real quick, because my face looks like it's taking quite a bit of the screen here. I'm going to try to change that here real quick. I'm going to move my camera a little bit so it looks a lot better. Also going to make the clock a little smaller here. There we go. Just a tiny bit smaller there. Okay, there we go. That's better. So, wait a minute, guys. I actually didn't edit to the stream here. There we go. I think that looks a lot better there. Okay. Hopefully you can see better now. So, we see there are some red flag warnings here, like I said. And then winter weather advisories for Maine and Wisconsin. But other than that, other than the wind advisory, red flag warning, and winter weather advisories, right now we're not seeing too much going on here other than those 3 advisories or warnings, I could say here. As you can see, most of the western United States is pretty dry here. So most of the western United States is right now dry. Eastern United States, it's mainly dry, but Maine is under a winter weather advisory, and Georgia and North and South Carolina is under a wind advisory, like I said. So let's move on here to tomorrow's forecast. So let me know in the stream though if everything looks well. I'm hoping everything's going fine. I'm watching it here on my screen here, so you might see me look down for a second to look at my phone. Okay, here is tomorrow's temperature forecast here. We see quite a bit of warm temperatures here from the south here. We see most of the United States, probably about 60% of the United States is probably at least somewhere near the 60s here. And then we see there is a little area or a trough here in areas in the upper Midwest into the Northeast. We saw a trough move through with some cooler air around 30s, even getting close to 20s here. So we also see some warm temperatures for the mountain snow area, around 50s, but not too bad there. And then as we get more toward southern California, southern Nevada, and southern Arizona, we see 97, close to 100 degrees there in those areas. So that's pretty warm there. So I'm sure that's going to be pretty warm if you're in areas of South, uh, I cannot say California today, South Nevada or South Arizona. Also see some warm temperatures for Texas, not as warm as Arizona for tomorrow, but still about 80s, close to 90 here, so pretty warm here. Here are our low temperatures, some cooler weather for this area because of that trough here through portions of the upper Midwest into areas of the Northeast. We see 20s here, and then for the South here, we see warm 40 degrees here. So maybe some areas getting near 60s, maybe like near California, Nevada, Arizona, near 60s, getting near 70s. 70s, like the uh, really warm there. Thank you, Weather Watcher. Hopefully you like the stream because I tried to lay it out different. The slideshow isn't really any different, but I made the the stream look a lot better. I made the clock, added the face cam here, and I made a lot of changes to the radar coverage. Whenever we get to radar coverage, we are going to look at that today, and I'm going to move to that scene just to show you guys a little sneak peek of what it looks like here, because we won't really be using it today, not probably until next week sometime, because I hope to be in our next severe weather stream to talk, hopefully. So, hope to still talk here, but hopefully it isn't too laggy here. Okay, those are our low temperatures. Here is our future radar here with satellite. So we see most of the US is pretty clear right now, where that trough moved through here, or still moving through. There's been some snow going on. For some areas of the Northeast here, some snow potentially. Looks like some heavy snow here at times too. Areas Ohio, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York. Some heavier snow potentially here, even getting close to Maine here. So it starts out as rain showers and eventually turning to snow according to what it shows here. Some looks like lake effect snow happens here. So then we even see some snow in Canada and Michigan here, and then maybe a few rain showers for Kansas and Missouri for tomorrow here. But most of the western United States is pretty dry other than Washington up there. So hopefully I got that right. I'm pretty sure the northern one is Washington, the southern one is Oregon. I always get those two confused. So if I say the wrong one, you know what I mean. So let's move on here. Here is our total snow with those little flurries going on for most of this area. Even Wisconsin's seen some snow. This gray area is probably about a dusting. The light blue areas are an inch here. The darker blue areas are 1 to 3. And then the purple areas are about 3 to 5 inches of snow here. And we see most of that 3 to 5 inches is near Pennsylvania, New York, some areas of West Virginia where we saw severe weather the other day. If you're watching our stream the other day, we had severe weather around this area. Now we're going to see snow here. So we are going to see snow here this weekend potentially. So this is the next 48 hours. Anywhere in this region could see snow here, up here near the northeast. So we are going to watch that. So now let's get into our severe weather forecast here. We have a 15% chance for day 5 of severe weather from Texas all the way up to Kansas here. We have a 15% chance of severe weather going on here. So we are going to have to watch the threat of potentially some severe weather going on here. And this is a pretty big risk. I wouldn't be surprised if this does move a little more east here. And I don't know about this risk because I've been looking at the models, it looks like maybe some of this area we will have to watch. At least GFS and CMC are agreeing. Maybe this area right here could have a decent chance of seeing severe weather here. So we are going to have to watch that. I don't know if they're going to extend that 15% chance there, but by maybe day 3, there may be a marginal risk for some areas of this area. So, but as of right now, though, it's in Texas all the way to Kansas, so we will have to watch that. This is as of last night, around 3 o'clock is when they make these updates here. And this is a pretty big 15% chance here. This includes Oklahoma City, Wichita there, and getting close to Houston, I believe. So it's going to be getting close to some of those areas. So some popular areas are going to get close to this 15% chance here. We also have a day 6 rare 15% chance also here. And this is a pretty large one too also. So we will have to watch this very, very closely because we could have some severe weather. The models have consistently continued to show this here on the models. And it's continued to show this, and the SPC felt so confident to add a 15% chance here for areas of Arkansas, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, Tennessee, Missouri, Kentucky, Illinois here. So we are seeing a 15%, and that's a pretty rare threat for day 3 through 5 here. So it's pretty rare here to see. Okay, here is our reflectivity here. And we see this is for next week, so we're not able to look at the NAM3K. We're looking at the GFS here, and it shows a storm system will move through with some cooler air here. Not for the whole US, but for areas of the Midwest, it looks like we're going to see some cooler air come in. But we see another storm system try to develop for the south, so we won't really see that cold air make it all the way to the south here with that next cold front here. So very interesting there, but we are going to see some severe weather shows. And this one, like I said, shows it toward east of that 15% chance area. It shows maybe a few thunderstorms in that area, but moves it a lot more east than the 15% chance area the SPC issued earlier today around 3 o'clock in the morning here. So this model has changed a little bit toward the east. I don't know if it showed that yesterday, but today it moves a lot more east than the 15% chance area, and the CMC kind of agrees with that, and CMC is the Canadian model. So we are going to have to watch that, and it shows it's going to move through most of the US, even the southeast here. We are going to see some severe weather according to the GFS, and shows another storm system tries to develop also in the south after that storm system moves through, so we will have to watch that very closely too. Here is our instability here. I'm going to see that instability come all the way up here in just a moment. And we see about 1,000 joules per kilogram for Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, Iowa. Then we see about 1,000 down here in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. And then even some 100, close to 1,000, but not quite for areas of Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina. Then we see some instability start to come up. Even more instability near 1,000 with the next storm system that moves through here, according to the GFS here. Okay, here is our dew points here. We see some quite high dew points here, around 50s, even getting close to 60 here for some areas before that cold front moves through here for some areas, and then the south even near 60s here. So we are going to have to watch that, and then as it moves toward more of the southeast near Carolinas, we have about 60-degree dew points here. So we are going to have enough moisture here. Usually we have enough moisture, and it looks like we will have enough moisture for severe weather with our next system here. So we are going to have to watch for severe weather threat. There is a low instability, but there is instability here for storms, and 1,000 joules per kilogram is enough for severe weather, so we will have to watch it very, very closely. Even though it's not as big of a threat as we've had probably the last few events, it's still 1,000 joules per kilogram, meaning severe weather is possible here. Okay, here is our shear here. So we are going to see some shear start to move in. That's one of the things that concerns me here. We are going to have some shear for some of this area here around 40 to getting close to 70 knots. Even down here in the south, we will have about 60 knots here, so we will have enough for a few tornadoes potentially occurring here. So you are going to have to watch that very, very closely as it gets forward here for potentially some severe weather with a few tornadoes potentially. So one of the things though that concerns me is the shear here that the GFS is showing, because that means we could have a few tornadoes here this next upcoming week here. So we are going to have to watch that closely over the next few days. This still could change, still a few days out, but we will have to watch this very closely here. So here is basically something I've never done before, and we're going to show it off in today's stream here, our test stream basically, kind of a test stream, kind of a regular stream also, that I wanted to test out this new software here, with all the stuff I added, and here's basically our severe weather breakdown here for basically Tuesday night into Wednesday here. We're going to see a severe weather risk for the south here. Like I said, it looks like it's going to be a little more east than that 15% chance area that they said here. So we are going to have to watch that here for areas here, the southeast here. So Rain Maven said, sorry, took me a few minutes to read it for you. How many storms were in 2011? Snowstorms. I have no idea. I do not know how many snowstorms are in 2011. So I don't really know that question. But yeah, I understand that. You're done shoveling, I get that. So hopefully your snow is over soon. So let's hope so. But like I was saying, there's gonna be severe weather in this area here. We are going to watch, but most of our instability will be in Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas, and Missouri here. And do we have storms there? We have maybe something here potentially. Don't focus too much on the reflectivity. This is on GFS, so there's still a few days out, but showing no thunderstorms really. There's a little bit of green on there showing maybe something, but not really too much, so we might not see too much going on. But we see the south here, we don't see really much instability here for those thunderstorms here according to our instability. We have 100, but our best instability is up near Nebraska and Iowa, where we really don't have any storms according to the GFS here. Here's our dew points. We do have definitely enough dew points up toward Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, Iowa here, but we're not seeing any thunderstorms here. And we have shear here, but we just don't have any thunderstorms here. That could change with the later model runs. This could be just the GFS showing it's south here, but we will have to watch this. If this moves north here on GFS, then that could be bad news because we may have a few tornadoes because we can see we have decent shear here for Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, and Missouri here. So we will have to watch that if that does happen here. So that's basically our breakdown here for Tuesday night into Wednesday. Then Wednesday night into Thursday here. Here's our weather breakdown here. We continue to have that line of strong thunderstorms here. We do have instability here for those thunderstorms moving through here. We do have moisture here, so we do have those three ingredients here. And then we do have shear here. I mean, two of it ingredients actually, because this is just reflectivity. And we do have shear around 40 knots here, meaning that there is a severe weather risk here with potentially a few tornadoes. I think Wednesday night into Thursday here we'll have a better chance of tornadoes than Tuesday night into Wednesday because there's not going to be really much instability for those storms here for Tuesday night into Wednesday here. So we are going to watch Wednesday night and Thursday because we will have all the ingredients in place for severe weather. So we will have to watch this very, very closely here. Let's move on here. Here's our winter forecast here. And we have those severe storms here that move through. And then we have the snow side things here for areas of South Dakota, North Dakota, and Minnesota, and even some areas in North Wisconsin potentially. Mainly looks like freezing rain, but after most of the storm moves by, should maybe a few snow flurries for Wisconsin here, according to the GFS here. So we may see a little bit of snow, but it looks like our heaviest will be up here in North, South, and Minnesota. North and South Dakota and Minnesota here, seeing the best chance of heavy snow here. So, and this could be potentially heavy snow near, maybe even near a foot for some areas, according to the GFS. I'll be showing you in just a few minutes. It's going to be quite a bit. And then we even maybe see a snow chance near Maine here, potentially a snow chance with a mixture for some areas, maybe in the northeast here, according to what this model is showing here. So very interesting there. This looks a lot more north than some of our storms in the last month here. So looks like winter is moving a lot more north now, near the Midwest here. We're not seeing as far south as we did like last month here. Okay, here is our snow totals here. Basically, up here we have the gray, that's dusting, the light blues an inch, and then the dark blues 1 to 3, and then that purple is 3 to 5, and then getting close to those reds is 12 foot, it says here. So it's actually 6 to 12 actually in those purples. But um, we are going to see potentially 6 to 12 for some areas and potentially a foot of snow for some areas. I think this is a little too overdone here, so I think maybe this go down a little bit here. I think we'll see quite a bit of snow, but probably not more than a foot here. We may see probably about, I'd say 10 to maybe 14 here. So maybe isolated spots of 12 and 14 and up in these areas. So I think we may see some heavy snow, but I don't think it'll be a whole 2 foot of snow here. So I do think, though, we will get some snow up here in Minnesota, North Dakota, in some areas of South Dakota here, and some areas of Wisconsin also, northern Wisconsin, potentially seeing near 6 to 8 here, according to this model. Also, shows some of these areas that are seeing snow flurries this weekend. So this is not from this storm up here. This is from this weekend. So just don't get that confused there. But up in Maine, we may see near a foot with that storm. That may include totals from this weekend if there was any snow up there this weekend. If not, then the rest of it's for the snowstorm here, potentially near a foot. So that may be a little overdone. Potentially 6 to 12, I would say, up there, up in northern Maine. Maybe isolated 12 spots. So we will have to watch that. This will likely change in the next few days, so don't rely on these totals if you're in these areas, but watch this very closely. I'm just kind of showing you what the totals could be, but still quite a few days out, meaning that the totals will continue to go up or down. Here is our ice. This is very interesting here. If we do see this occur, we do see quite a bit of ice here for Minnesota and northern Wisconsin here. We see quite a bit of ice going on here. And I think it's even near 1 to 2 or 1 inch of ice potentially here. Well, this is actually freezing rain accumulation, but still, 1 inch of freezing rain. That's going to be causing maybe some ice in some areas here in Minnesota and northern Wisconsin. So that's quite a bit of ice here. Not to say this area will see it, but somewhere around this area could see it potentially. Maybe it could still go south or north. So, but potentially quite a bit of freezing rain is possible. Somewhere around Minnesota, Wisconsin, somewhere around that area, it's possible here. So we will have to watch that. Even some freezing rain possible here for areas in Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, potentially according to this, it says 0.25 to maybe 0.5 here. And then up here in Maine, it thinks maybe getting 0.5 up here. So quite a bit of freezing rain according to this model possible here. But like I said, still a few days out. So these totals could go up, down, and this could shift in location. Okay, now this is far out here. We see that storm system move out, and then we see another storm system around April 8th here. So we are going to see another storm system, and then it looks like after that we will have another storm system here. As you can see, there was a small system after that for the south here, and then this other system I just told you about, and then potentially another system forming at the end of the small run. So we could be heading into active time in the next little bit, according to the models, possibly here. So we will have to watch that. Right now we're calm here, but next week that will change here. So you see that storm, there could be another storm after next week's storm. Then around April 7th, we could see another storm system move through with some more severe weather, maybe snow for the north, then another system here at the end of this mall run. So we will have to watch far out here because there could be some strong storms later on here. So according to this model, it's showing possibly. Okay, question time here. Hopefully everything worked here. I'm going to check out the stream after I end the stream here. I'm going to check to see if everything worked fine. The first part of the stream wasn't the best here. I know it's lagging quite a bit here. But as of what I know, it looks like the stream has looked better here in the last little bit. So if you have any questions, let me know in the chat here. And I can answer them here. I can't really, I'll try to tell totals, but like I said, they're probably going to change this far out. If you're in a snow area possibly, or any severe other questions, I'll try to answer them. But like I said, it's still quite a few days out. So we'll have to watch that. Um, we're going to look at radar here. If you have any questions, I'll answer them in just a few minutes here. So, but I do want to move to our radar. So, I'm going to move you guys back to the screen here. Hey guys. So I'm going to get my radar pulled up for you guys. So, but welcome to the stream. If anyone's just joining here, we just went over the possible severe threat next week. There's really nothing going on right now. That's why we aren't really looking at radar too much. But I just want to look at radar real quick just to see if anything's going on here. Hopefully it's not lagging too much for you guys while I'm doing this. Okay, I'm getting it pulled up for you guys. But if you guys have any questions, let me know in the chat now. Here, hopefully everything's working fine. I really hope so. I'm checking my stream here next to me. Okay. We're going to look here and see what's going on here on radar. So, once I get my streaming software here. Okay. Here is our radar coverage stream. This is what it'll look like for radar coverage. It's just not too much different, but it's a little different here from our other scenes here. So, it may look a little different here. So basically this is what it'll look like for radar streams, coverage streams, unless if I decide to change it in any way. So this is how it'll look. Hopefully you like the new layout here. Depending on if it lags too much here, I'm still trying to make sure it doesn't lag too much. It's out of my control if it lags. I'm trying to figure out other ways to get it to stop lagging, but it still lags here. So I try my best with it. Hopefully everything's working fine. So it looks like we are now having some problems here with lag. So I knew it probably would do this. It may be because I have my radar on in. We're gonna wait a few minutes here just to see if it stops lagging. I'm hoping I can use this, but if I can't use this software, it's alright. We can try this some other time. Try to get some stuff here to make it a little better, but it's looking like it's not gonna work out here. Hopefully I can find a way to get this to work here, but basically the layout here, well, you guys might not even be able to see me with how laggy it is, but let me see if I can try to do something here, make it a little less laggy. Move it to here, then move it back maybe to this. So hopefully it stops lagging here. I'm trying to figure out a way to get it to stop lagging here, but it's probably not going to work anyway. I hope so, but probably won't, most likely. My radar just went down, so. Okay, it doesn't look like it's going to work here. So I might just have to end the stream here. I wanted to look at radar here, but it's lagging very badly, so I cannot. I'm going to have to figure out something to do, but I'm probably going to be going back to OBS, probably. So, because this is obviously not working out. I really wanted to use this here, make our stream look a little better, but with it lagging this much, can't really do that. So, I'm going to try to get this to work here, but if not, then probably will have to stream on OBS and not on here for a little while until I get this figured out. But I'll obviously be continuing to do test streams over the next little bit to test this out. But I want to try it out for today's stream here. Yeah, it's not working. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to end the stream. Okay, I'm very sorry about that. I'm gonna end the stream here, guys. So, I'm very sorry about my dog there, but, I can't get this to stop lagging here. I guess I'm gonna have to do some test streams here. So, in the future, so I will be doing some test streams. If you see a test stream in the future, I'll be continuing to probably test this because it's not working out really well for me here. As you can see, I've been trying to mess around. I wanted to see if this would work, but of course it doesn't want to work. So I'm going to try to change some of this. I can't really show the radar because it's not really one to work that well. So, but hopefully you guys have a good rest of your day here. So I'm gonna end it here just because it's lagging way too much here. So it's not gonna work here. So I'm gonna try to get this fixed. I'm very sorry about my dog. She is barking, so I'm very sorry about that. But I'm gonna try to get this fixed before next stream though. I'll try to get this fixed this weekend, but I don't know if this is gonna work. So we may have to go back to OBS for a little while until I somehow get this to get figured out. So okay, I'm gonna end the stream here. I know really can't answer any questions here if I'm lagging this much here. So, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream here. I'm very sorry, like I said though. I tried to do new layout here, but obviously my computer cannot handle this. So, unless if I can get this to work, for right now, I'm going to be going back to OBS, like I said. So, I'm very sorry. I can't really control this because it's not wanting to work here for me. So, I'm very sorry. Okay, I don't know if this is working. I'm going to make sure here. Maybe I can